We got Kyle Bochniak back here on the program. He's coming off an incredible fight against Zabit. Not even going to bother pronouncing his last name at UFC 223, which happened this past weekend. Kyle, thanks for doing this, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. What a war that was.
Yeah, what a war that was. Just an awesome fight. You know, it's rare to see someone come off a loss and gain so much popularity after a fight like that. Heading into the fight, I know you talked about it being entertaining, but did you expect a fight like that when it was, when you were heading into the cage?
Yeah, I definitely expected it to be fireworks. A gritty, tough fight, and that's what I prepared for, and that's what I was ready for.
Yeah, and was there anything in the fight that sort of surprised you about him?
No, I thought he would wilt a little sooner than that. It was like the last 90 seconds of the third round. I finally saw him gasp for air and look at the clock, and it was a little too late at that point. But he was a game opponent, man. I knew he was going to be a killer, and I knew it was going to be fireworks.
Yeah, and as far as your performance and everything, what do you sort of take away from it? As far as something you could maybe learn and bring into your next fight?
I didn't really learn too much.
Okay,
I just went in there. That was who I was. I feel like I showcased my true personality as a fighter in that fight, and I've been holding back my past couple of fights, and it was about time to get touched with my old self. A little bit of cautious aggression. Maybe I could be a little more cautious. Maybe not block punches with my face next time. But I was just in the moment. I was having fun. It sounds crazy as it sounds. I was peaceful, and I was just having fun and a blast in there. I didn't feel tired. I didn't feel weak. It was just for me, it was all around good performance. I mean, I didn't come away with the W, but like you said, like I've never seen someone's stock and fan base swell so much after a loss. There's no gray area. On paper, I'm 2-3 in the UFC, which doesn't taste good. It's time. Hopefully, I get some good profile matchups coming in the future and put some more exciting fights and get some more bonuses and start climbing that ladder.
And what changed for you in this fight as far as, what we saw in the cage? Because, the Kyle Bochniak that we saw in the cage on Saturday looked like the Kyle Bochniak we've seen in CES.
Yeah, exactly.
What changed? Was it the opponent? What was it that sort of unleashed this Kyle Bochniak?
Yeah, I definitely think the opponent, this matchup definitely gave me the opportunity to showcase who I really am and what I'm about, because he had a lot of hype behind him, and the UFC was building him up, and to everybody I was supposed to lose and, be dragged out in a body bag, is what people were saying. And I wasn't going to let that happen. I knew that wasn't going to happen. And I just was basically playing with house money. Just got signed with a new contract. Nobody wanted to fight this kid. It was a perfect opportunity for me to showcase, that I don't back down from nothing. And I'm a warrior. And just basically go in there and just let it go, win or lose. Just put my heart and soul into that fight and just keep coming forward and showcase my grit and my true passion in my heart and mindset.
And the UFC was obviously impressed, too. They gave you the $50K bonus. I know last time after one of your fights, you bought a PlayStation. I imagine you're going to buy something a little bit nicer?
Yeah, a little nicer. I might upgrade my whip a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. I'm on the market, might get a car, but I'm just going to stash that money. I'm used to living like this, living small, paying my bills and stuff, so it'd be nice to stash that money. Me and my wife, we have some debt to pay off and stuff like that, but, it's a big weight lifted off my shoulders now. I'm a little more free. I could train without I have to have a fight. I have to fight in 3 months. My bank account's going to be negative $50 if I don't. It's just now I have a little more freedom, and it takes a stress off my shoulders, and I just have a little more fun with this life and this lifestyle now.
Did you talk to anyone from the UFC after the fight? Did they, anyone come up to you and say, hey, good fight or anything like that?
Yeah, everybody was just awesome. Awesome fight, man. That was fucking the best fight I've ever seen. It was cool. I went to the hospital, got fixed up, had to get a couple stitches and stuff like that and make sure everything was good. But, me and my wife were in the back in the hospital room crossing our fingers please, 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 let's get that 50 Gs, let's get that 50 Gs. And, it happened, and we were just so excited. And, Dana texted my coach and said, Kyle's a stud, what a beast, and all that. Nice. So it was really cool. Yeah.
Did you talk to Zabit after the fight? I know he doesn't speak very good English.
Yeah, he doesn't speak a lick of English, no.
Yeah.
The only time, no, we just, we hugged it out after the fight, and that was about it. And I saw him in the hotel the next day and gave him thumbs up. But other than that, it was it.
And I know some fighters gave you props. Forrest Griffin on Twitter gave you a nice shout-out. Were there any other fighters that kind of gave you, some nice props?
Just basically everybody just saying, what a hell of a fight, beast, warriors, 50 Gs, give those guys 50 Gs, best fight, all that. So, it was cool that, everybody took appreciation of of a fight, and I think me and Zabit definitely put that card up and saved that card.
Now, when I talked to Tyson Chartier before the fight, he talked about how, you wished he had more fighters like you that could, you could teach him something, and because mentally you were very strong heading into the fight. But I got to know, after losing to me in Street Fighter, did that sort of play a role in the fight at all?
That definitely fueled my fire a little bit. I wasn't about to lose. I was like, no way. So, yeah, I don't like losing, so definitely I was like, I got to get back.
We're due for a rematch. We got to link up again for a card. We'll definitely have to do a rematch. Yeah,
definitely.
You mentioned going to the hospital. Did you get to celebrate it all that night at 223, or was it just hanging out with your wife and just maybe eating some good food?
Yeah, my wife came with me. We got back to the hotel pretty late. The first thing I ate was maple bacon popcorn. It was phenomenal. My nutritionist, she made it. She cooks the bacon, and then actually it's a secret. I can't tell you. She don't want me to tell nobody. Yeah. But it was delicious. Had some brownies, and then the next day just came back home and got some pizza and stuff like that. But it's been a blast. Just hanging out, eat some good food, relaxing a little bit, and planning my next fight. Hopefully, I have another one at the end of the year. We're going to Spain in June, me and my wife. So we're gonna hang out, lay low a little bit, relax, and just get back to it.
That's great. Some well-deserved time off for sure. What has this past week been like for you? I see you were on the Luke Thomas show. Seems like everyone's getting on the Kyle Bochniak bandwagon a little bit late, if you ask me, because there's some people who have been interviewing him for a couple of years now. So
I appreciate that, James, man. You've been there since day one. And, but definitely, like, my fan base and everything's swelling up after that performance. Everybody wants to see what I'm about, what fuels me, everything. So, it's been kind of cool.
Your Twitter followers, I see you're at like 10K now. Were you expecting that? I mean, it just seems like every social media platform's sort of growing right now.
Yeah, I think I had like 1,000 followers before that fight, and it's just crazy. Just get followers more every day. Like that Aussie Man reviews. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh no, I did see that. It was hilarious. That was great.
Nah, fuck you. Nah, fuck you. Nah, fuck you both.
Yeah,
it was crazy. It was funny. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm supposed to swear.
You can swear all you want. I'm Canadian, but you by all means can swear. It's all good.
Yeah, that was funny as hell. So everybody's been following me after that video's gone up.
I love hearing that. Now, you mentioned, going away and everything like that. Ideal timing. When would you like to get back in the cage?
Honestly, I'm just gonna be back in the gym in a couple of weeks, just training, tighten up my holes and stuff like that. But we're going away in June, so when I get back, I would love to fight. Maybe September, October, November, around that. Maybe like 4 to 6 months. I think would be pretty perfect timing. Definitely want 1 or 2 by the end of the year.
And as far as an opponent, I guess you'll just leave that up to your management and let them sort of pick and choose because, again, you've had some tough fights.
I've had all tough fights, but that's the way I like it. I'm sure they're just going to get tougher now. People are going to be wanting those fight of the night bonuses, and I think it's a good recipe for one.
I agree. Well, again, Kyle, I should say congratulations just because that was a great fight. Again, I know you would have liked to got the win, but it's never sucks getting that type of feedback after a fight like that. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you've got any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, you guys can follow me at Kyle Bochniak UFC, and on Twitter at Kyle Bochniak. And I'm going to stay up to date. I'm going to be in touch with all my fans, so just give me a follow, guys, and stay up to date and see when my next bout is going to be. Thank you all.